Shaniece Hairston may not have the same level of fame as her mother, reality TV fixture and professional jersey chaser Evelyn Lozada, but don't get it twisted. People have been watching her closely, especially after she let Jason Terrell Taylor shoot the club up.
Who the hell is that? Jason Terrell Taylor? Girl, who is that?
Oh, Auntie, you probably know him by his rap name, The Game.
Oh, the ninja that's obsessed with Nipsey Hussle. That's him. Why you ain't just say that in the first place? Everybody wouldn't know who you was talking about if you just said it.
Okay, Auntie. Anyway, this relationship was all sorts of fishy straight from the jump. And now that The Game and Shaniece have given the public more insight into their situationship, it is indeed a hot, stankin' mess. But before we dive deep into this tomfoolery video, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of Applewood smoked bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, and butter toffee peanuts. On Christmas Eve 2023, Shaniece was spotted leaving Nobu restaurant in Malibu with The Game. People were shocked that she was even giving him the time of day, while others were disturbed that the 44-year-old rapper was entertaining Shaniece, who was just 30 years old at the time.
Don't they say he like him kind of young? Well, you know what? Never mind. I'm just going to sit here and mind my business. I'm not going to say nothing else the whole video.
Those who really keep up with the celebrity world were more upset that Shaniece was stepping out with the man who has children with her mom's friend.
Now say what now?
I thought you weren't going to say anything else, Auntie.
Yeah, shut up. You know I was lying. You knew I was lying when I said it.
Yes, I did. But you heard me right, Auntie. The Game was once engaged to a woman named Tiffany Cambridge. They never made it down the aisle, but they did welcome 2 children together. What makes it even more interesting is that Tiffany and Evelyn have been friends for a while, and Tiffany was even present at Evelyn's baby shower when she was pregnant with her son, Leo. RRG can also exclusively confirm that Evelyn is following Tiffany on Instagram, but Tiffany isn't following her back.
Bye, Ashley.
No one really knew the depths of The Game and Shaniece's relationship, but in June 2024, Shaniece debuted her big old pregnant belly in an Instagram photo. Of course, she didn't tag the pappy. Even Evelyn was clueless about who knocked her daughter up. She told In Touch Weekly, "I was like, well, who's the dad, you know?" And then she told me, "I found so much peace."
I mean, it's a damn shame that she even had to ask. I mean, you don't know who your daughter dating? I mean, was she just busting it wide open all over the place? I'm just asking for a friend, you know, how Shaniece was moving. That's all I'm asking. Golly.
In Touch magazine decided to spill Shaniece's tea by exclusively reporting that The Game was responsible for cracking Shaniece's egg. Following that revelation, people were still unsure whether The Game and Shaniece were even in a proper relationship, or was it a case of a sneaky link smash session gone wrong?
Bester, you messy as hell, you know that? It ain't nothing going wrong when birth control is readily available, and these dummies just refuse to use it. I don't understand. You can get all kind of birth control, different kinds. I said what I said, okay? You can argue with your mammy. Y'all is dumb as hell out here, just getting knocked up. Y'all testing my patience, testing my gangsters, what y'all doing.
All right, Auntie, calm down. A few weeks after her pregnancy reveal, The Game was seen getting a lap dance from Rick Ross's baby mama, Tia Kemp, during an episode of the Aunt T podcast. And then in August 2024, The Game confirmed on a podcast that he was expecting a baby. Although he didn't confirm that Shaniece was pregnant with his child, he said that parenting a new baby would be interesting at this stage of his life. Shaniece gave birth to a baby boy named Blaze Taylor in October 2024. By December of that same year, Shaniece had posted a photo of herself sitting on The Game's lap. So fans assumed that they were in a proper relationship, but that wasn't the case. During a May 2025 episode of her Drop the Low podcast,
"You got a podcast too? Damn, everybody got a damn podcast. Just sitting up there talking about nothing. I'm about sick of a podcast, to be honest with you, because, yeah, all of them ain't good. Just because you can get a microphone and some equipment don't mean you should be on there talking. We don't want to hear that mess."
Okay, Auntie. Girl. Anyway, on an episode of her podcast, she announced that she and The Game were over.
My first, obviously.
Okay. Yeah.
And my big thing about dating, now that I'm a mom, I think it was just such an insecurity, and kind of still is, but I'm weaning a little off towards it, of dating as a mom.
So she just pot blaze out and already trying to find a new man to pop her cooch. You know what? Let me go over here and eat my snacks and mind my business. Where's them toffee peanuts? I like them.
Through their podcast, Shaniece and her mom, Evelyn, were able to address all sorts of rumors that have been floating around about them, including the rumor that Evelyn was friends with the game's ex-fiancé, Tiffany. Evelyn quickly shut that allegation down, clarifying that she and Tiffany were simply associates who happened to have shows on VH1 at the same time. Evelyn was starring on Basketball Wives, while Tiffany and the Game had their own reality series called Marrying the Game.
Being on tour, I thought it would kind of take my mind off things. But you know what? It's starting to make me miss the things that I used to have.
Here.
Evelyn said, "Granted, I think Tiffany's an amazing woman and super cool, but we didn't share space like that. We don't have a relationship like that. But I think it's based off of photos from back in the day that came out." Perhaps Evelyn should have kept in touch with Tiffany so she could really understand the type of man her daughter was dealing with. In case y'all forgot, the Game and Tiffany's relationship ended sometime around 2012. She got a restraining order against him in 2014 after accusing him of breaking her nose during an altercation. The Game later fessed up to Wendy Williams in 2015 and blamed himself for the demise of their relationship. He said, "I was a dog. I had infidelity issues and I blew it. It's pretty much my fault because I had a good woman. You don't really get it when you're in the relationship. You get out, she kicks you to the curb, and then you realize what a great woman you had."
Typical ninja. Typical ninja. You don't know what you got till it's gone. You don't miss your water till your well run dry. The grass ain't green over there. It ain't. Okay, it's burnt up and brown and dusty over there.
But that was a long time ago. What if he was a changed man and ready to do things differently with Shaniece? Well, in a December 2025 chat with the Shade Room, he spoke about being unfaithful in his past relationships. Ultimately, he said he wanted to be monogamous, but polygamy was very attractive. He also stated that he believed in respectful cheating. He added, "Respectful cheating is never embarrassing your woman in public or never letting her find out. Now, if she doesn't find out and you never embarrass her and nobody can ever bring anything to her that can make you suspect, is it cheating?"
Yes, ninja. Cheating is cheating is cheating is cheating. Is you stupid or is you dumb?
And that brings us to January 2026. Evelyn and Shaniece invited the Game onto their Drop the Low podcast, and besties, it was a hot, stankin' mess.
Who's surprised? Who's surprised? Raise your hand. Not me. Not I.
To start, it was clear that Shaniece and the Game knew nothing about each other.
They called you a felon.
Yeah. I mean, true.
Are you a felon?
I am.
And then he was openly flirting with Evelyn.
I mean, I don't know if I want to call it luck because I feel like I'm a good-looking person. She's stunning. You're one of the best-looking grandmas on earth.
Thanks, Jay.
No, I mean, you got to give it to yourself.
He revealed that he told Shaniece before their son was born that he wasn't going to change any diapers. And Shaniece explained she thought he would change his mind once the baby arrived. Shaniece also stated she was angry because the Game didn't deliver the right expectations she expected. She also said she found their dynamic difficult to deal with because she would be connected to him forever through their son.
And I think a lot of my anger came from you not delivering what the expectations were.
Yeah.
So, besties, what did we learn from this?
That these two ain't had no business having a baby together.
Well, yeah, that too. But what it really tells us is that someone is lacking a lot of discernment. Shaniece is a grown woman with full autonomy over her body and her choices. But autonomy doesn't eliminate the psychological layers behind the choices she has made. When a woman chooses to have a child with a man, she's choosing long-term emotional proximity, shared decision-making, and a permanent link between her nervous system and his. And when a man publicly describes himself as someone who struggles with fidelity, openly romanticizes polygamy, and reframes cheating as something that can be respectful, he's telling you exactly who he is. Believing you can negotiate different behavior from him is cognitive dissonance. Or in other words, it's the mind convincing itself that love can override character. Shaniece didn't enter this situation blindly, and there's nothing wrong with her wanting to be a mother. However, the psychological risk emerges when the urgency to have a child outweighs the discernment about who you are creating that child with. When the biological clock starts ticking louder than the red flags, the brain can rationalize almost anything. It will minimize warning signs and magnify potential. However, parenthood doesn't manufacture maturity. It exposes what is already there. From a developmental psychology perspective, children thrive in environments where the adults are aligned, emotionally regulated, and clear about their roles. When two people are still negotiating basic expectations, such as responsibility and respect, the foundation is unstable. Waiting for true love requires tolerating uncertainty. It requires resisting the impulse to secure connection quickly. And it requires believing that your womb deserves a true commitment. Shaniece still has the opportunity to redefine the narrative moving forward as long as she can remember that true love isn't rushed. It's chosen carefully. If you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. And thanks for watching RRG.